When it comes to bodybuilding, it's easy to think that the most impressive physiques are built with the help of steroids. But what if we told you that some of the biggest names in the sport looked insane before they ever touched performance-enhancing drugs? Today, we're diving into the stories of bodybuilders who built crazy physiques naturally, proving that hard work, genetics, and discipline can take you a long way. So, if you've ever wondered what's achievable without steroids, this video will show you the incredible potential of staying natty. Number 7. Lee Priest.
He could attain his look without drugs.
Well, up until, if you look at my early photos from the age of 13 to 19, when I'd won everything to Mr. Australia and got second in the universe when I was 17, I did attain it without drugs. So to say how far I could have gone and how good I could have looked without them, well, it's one of those things I guess we'll never know now. But
when it comes to the bodybuilding world, few names spark as much debate as Lee Priest. Known for his insane physique at a young age, people still wonder, was Lee Priest really natty at 17? On one hand, we have photos of a young Lee Priest looking absolutely ripped, and on the other, we have skeptics who can't believe a teenager could achieve such mass and definition naturally. Take a look at this photo. At just 17, Lee Priest had the body most men dream of. Ripped abs, bulging biceps, and incredible muscle maturity. At this age, it's rare to see such a developed physique. Whether you believe Lee Priest was natural at 17 or not, one thing is certain. His physique was something special. But next up, we have someone who stands out. Ronnie Coleman. Known for his colossal size and strength, Ronnie shocked the world with this revelation. Number 6. Ronnie Coleman. Ronnie Coleman is widely considered one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time, winning Mr. Olympia 8 times and pushing the limits of what the human body could achieve. But there's something unique about Ronnie's journey. He remained natural well into his bodybuilding career, claiming he didn't take any steroids until he turned 30. That's right. One of the biggest men on the planet built his foundation without performance enhancers.
Well, yeah, they do it the wrong way.
Yeah.
I didn't start taking anything till I was 30. I was drug-free for a long time. And I did everything naturally for a long, long time because I was, like I said, gifted.
Right.
Imagine that, lifting hundreds of pounds, competing against the best, and not using steroids while your rivals did. For years, Ronnie relied on his natural gifts, and those genetics were nothing short of extraordinary.
It's so fucking ridiculous. So this is him at one of his first shows here, and he's already head and shoulders above 99% of guys. You and I probably know who actually take gear on a regular basis. Then there's him at the 91 show, where I believe this is where he won his pro card, and he looked absolutely ridiculous. Going forward, I think this is the same show again, another pose, and this gives a really good close-up of the detail of his structure, just the aesthetic appeal, just like, you know, very close to what most would consider perfection from a bodybuilding perspective.
Even without steroids, Ronnie was squatting 700 to 800 pounds. His body responded to training in ways that most people can only dream of. While many were using steroids as teenagers to get ahead in the sport, Ronnie focused on his natural ability and incredible work ethic.
Is this something somebody suggested to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So people in the gym, like, hey, Ronnie.
No, one of the competitors suggested that to me.
Oh.
Guy by the name of Flex Wheeler.
After years of competing naturally, Ronnie finally felt that the only way to win was to level the playing field. But he didn't go into it blindly. He was guided by one of the biggest names in bodybuilding, Flex Wheeler. Ronnie admits that while steroids gave him an edge, his strength and work ethic were always there. He didn't rely on massive amounts of drugs like some bodybuilders did. He used them to sharpen his conditioning and compete at the highest level. But unlike many others, Ronnie was smart about his steroid use, making sure his health came first. Could this explain why? Despite years of heavy lifting and steroid use, Ronnie Coleman is still standing tall today. Number 5, Jay Cutler. Next, we have Jay Cutler, a 4-time Mr. Olympia and one of the most iconic bodybuilders in history. What many people don't know is that Jay built an impressive physique long before he ever touched steroids. As a teenager, Jay was already developing a physique that would make most adults jealous.
When did you learn about anabolic steroids? Because that is a part of bodybuilding. And so with you seeing these bodybuilders and like even Sylvester Stallone, was there a point where you kind of learned about it and you were like, wait, what? Or did you kind of know about it progressively as you were diving into it?
I knew about it, you know, and it was more apparent when I showed up at the Teen Nationals. I could see guys in better condition and, like, you know, guys that have more mature muscle that 17, 18, 19.
Jay's natural physique at 16 and 17 was already a sign of his incredible genetics and relentless work ethic. By 18, Jay's physique was on another level, showcasing thick, well-defined muscle that made it clear he was destined for greatness, even without performance-enhancing drugs. Jay's transformation between 18 and 19 proves that with dedication and genetics, it's possible to achieve an incredible physique naturally. He was already bigger than most seasoned lifters, and it wasn't until later in his career that he decided to start using steroids to reach new heights. Our next bodybuilder went from natural to Olympia contender in just 2 years. An incredible example of genetic potential. Number 4, Kevin Levrone. Kevin Levrone, another name synonymous with elite bodybuilding. Known for his insane genetic potential, Kevin was already displaying incredible muscle mass as a teenager. His natural physique at just 13 years old left people speechless. Kevin's natural physique before steroids was already extraordinary. By the time he began using testosterone 6 weeks before his first competition, he was already 198 pounds, and he quickly gained another 8 pounds during his first cycle. But what makes Kevin's story stand out is how much size he built naturally before ever considering steroids.
So Kevin actually opened up in an interview with Muscular Development where he outlined his cycle progression, and the first and second cycles were actually outlined with pretty elaborate detail. So he talked about how he did his first cycle of steroids when he was 24 years old, almost 25 at 6 weeks out from his first contest.
Kevin's story is a perfect example of what happens when elite genetics meet hard work. He spent years building his natural base, and by the time he decided to use steroids, he was already well on his way to becoming a world-class athlete. While Kevin's genetics certainly gave him an edge, his natural journey shows that with the right dedication, incredible results can be achieved. But just like Jay, Kevin's story didn't stop there. Number 3, Mac Truck.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. We're doing it big, right? You know, we got the waterfall over here. You know what I'm saying? Walk with me. You know what I'm saying?
Fortunately, I am one of them.
Yeah, you know, we got to go one of the models right here.
Models right here. LA Red. You feel me?
Next, we have Mac Truck, another well-known name in the bodybuilding community. Mac built an impressive physique naturally until the age of 33, proving that it's never too late to start using enhancements, but also that years of hard work pay off even before that step.
Yada, yada. We all started natural. You see what I'm saying? Me, I went all the way up to 33 years old before I tried anything.
Mac Truck built an incredible base naturally, reaching a point where his size and strength rivaled those of many enhanced athletes. His journey shows that even before touching PEDs, you can create an impressive physique with discipline and hard work.
2001. Yeah, genetics. And even they'll say he's not natural. He was like 20, 21, something like that.
Mac Truck proved that you can achieve an impressive physique naturally before deciding to take things to the next level. But our next bodybuilder shows that even under the harshest conditions, it's possible to get massive without the help of steroids. Number 2, Kali Muscle. Kali Muscle is one of the most recognizable figures in bodybuilding, thanks to his larger-than-life personality and incredible size. But what many people don't know is that Kali built an insane physique naturally while serving time in prison. At just 19 and 21, he was already massive, relying only on bodyweight exercises and makeshift prison gym equipment.
Days a week. So a guy was like, a man, if you get on something, you gonna be like the biggest thing in California for sure. And I didn't even know what bodybuilding shows were at this point. And I was 32. So he put the little bug in my ear or whatever. Diego Chairs, rest in peace, he was my mentor. Diego's Power Alley Gym. He said, man, if you, get on something, boy, you be the top bodybuilder in the world.
Kali's natural strength was undeniable. By the time he was 21, he had already built a physique that rivaled most enhanced athletes. His time in prison was spent honing his craft, working out 7 days a week, and forcing his body to grow, all without touching steroids. It wasn't until Kali was 32 that he even considered using steroids. By then, his natural potential had already been maxed out, and he decided to see how far he could go. But make no mistake, his foundation was built on years of hard work and dedication without enhancements. But our next bodybuilder proves that even with elite genetics, patience and discipline are key before diving into the world of steroids. Number 1, Jordan Peters. Jordan Peters, known for his methodical approach to bodybuilding, is another prime example of someone who built an incredible physique naturally before turning to performance-enhancing drugs. Jordan started training when he was 12 and spent years developing his body before ever touching steroids.
I started training when I was 12, and then by the time I was 16, I already had a fairly decent physique. Wow. And then obviously I started taking bits when I was 18.
Jordan's careful approach to bodybuilding is what sets him apart. Even before steroids, he had a solid base, and his early physique showed just how much muscle you can build with proper training and nutrition. His gains came from years of consistent hard work. Jordan's experience is a lesson for all aspiring bodybuilders. Focus on building your foundation first, because steroids won't fix poor training or diet habits. His natural progress is proof that with time and effort, you can achieve impressive results before even considering enhancements. From Mac Truck and Kali Muscle to Jordan Peters, these bodybuilders all share one thing in common: an incredible work ethic that built their physiques naturally before turning to steroids. Their stories prove that with the right dedication, you can achieve an insane physique without enhancements. So what's stopping you?